Peace and greetings. My name is Born Logic Allah. Most people call me Logic for short. I am the founder of Nine Logic. We help small companies and businesses amplify their voice and tell their story using online video. And so what I'm going to speak to you about today in this free training is how and why you should be using video in your business. So let's get started. Stats and facts. Did you know that viewers retain 95% of the information they see after watching a video? It's a proven fact. Our brains are wired to process visual information. Videos make it easier to learn, which is why how-to videos and explainer videos are so popular. Watching videos helps people to retain new information. So as a company and as a business, video can be very beneficial because it helps people remember what you do, how you do it, and why you do it. On average, people are watching about 500 million hours of video per day. That's a ton of visual information. And so people are used to seeing videos quite often in today's society and especially online. 75% of marketers agree that video is evolving from a mass reach medium to one that enables targeted reach to more precise audiences. And that's from Yahoo Finance. So basically, what am I telling you? The stats and the information support the fact that video is highly effective in having people remember what they see and hear. People are watching videos on a constant basis, like I said, 500 million hours per day. And it is something that can be used for business purposes, and 75% of marketers agree. Video has evolved. It's easier to record. It's more effective. It can be tracked, and analytics can be connected to it. So it's one of the best ways to be able to market your business, especially online. Your customers. So when we talk about video, you should be thinking about your customers. When you're talking about marketing overall, 45% of people watch an hour or more of video every day. 50% of internet users look for a video before visiting a store. 79% of customers prefer watching a video to reading about a product. Just in general, people prefer to watch a video than read because it's less strenuous and it doesn't take as much attention. And with our busy schedules, people don't have the time. And even when people do have the time, a lot of times it's just easier to watch something or listen to someone. 50% of internet users look for a video before visiting a store. So it used to be Google reviews and things like that, but now people are really moving towards looking for videos because you can actually see inside the store. You can actually get a chance to understand the products and get a feel for the products. In today's society, when people are shopping online, if you're not going to be able to see, touch, taste, smell, or hear a product, the next best thing is a video. So how does this relate to your particular customers? Well, it's really up to you, depending on the type of business that you run, how you can create content for your target market. So one example that I often use is a company that creates and sells custom tents. So if you sell tents, you're looking for campers. You're looking for people that are akin to the outdoors, that love the wilderness, that like being outside, and enjoy that nature experience. So with that in mind, you should create videos that speak to them, not just about your tent, but to their overall values and ideals about being an outdoorsman or an outdoors type of person. So if you can think about your ideal customer, when you create the videos, if you can literally talk to them, if you have an ideal avatar of the person that purchases your products, if you could create a picture of this person in their mind, what attracts them, what they like, what compels them to purchase a tent, you could speak directly to them, and the videos that you make would be so on point, would be so calculated, so effective that they would feel as if you were speaking to them as an individual, which we all like. We all want a personal touch. It's vital that you create content that resonates with your viewers. If the people watching your videos don't relate to your content, there's little opportunity for increased social engagement. The reason we also bring this up is because a lot of times people want explainer videos and they want these cartoon animated videos. And sometimes that can be effective when explaining a very difficult process. But if you have an actual product that you're trying to sell or a service, you'd really be better off actually showing the people who provide the service or the actual product in a video. So just making sure that you could be creative with it, and also, just like we said, customizing it to the people that you're really striving to speak to. This is really important. So let's move on. Types of videos for business. So there are different types of videos that you can use effectively to market your business. And even though sometimes we think about commercials, that's not really the only way when you're dealing with an online playing field. When you're dealing with the internet, that's not the only way to market your business using video. When you think about television, most people automatically think about commercials, and they think that's really the base form of advertising. But did you ever realize that a lot of times when people go on talk shows, the news channels, these are also methods of marketing that have been used even in the TV age. So right now, when we're dealing with the internet age, vlogs, video blogs can be a way of marketing your business. Explainer videos like we just talked about, or tutorials, showing people how to do something effectively. That could be part of your marketing. Product reviews and demonstrations. Depending on what you do, this could also be a way of marketing your business. If you have if you have an online store or something to that effect, you could easily do product reviews and demonstrations of things that you sell. Video testimonials. This is really a must-have in my opinion. Every business should have at least one or two video testimonials. People that have utilized their services, people that have bought or purchased their products and used them, creating videos that show what people think about what you do, what people think about your products and your services are really important because it's social proof. It's okay for you to say that you do a good job, but it's even more important for people to hear others say that you do a good job. Behind the scene videos. A lot of times we want to step behind the iron veil. We want to know what goes on behind the scenes. It reminds me of the restaurants. For a lot of fast food places, you can peek in the back and see how they're actually frying the French fries, flipping the burgers, putting on your toppings and condiments. This is the same thing with your business. A lot of times, if you open the door so that people see how things are made, it intrigues them, and it also makes them feel more connected to you, your products, and your services. Live streams. The thing about live streams is that a lot of times if you're online, you can have a makeshift audience right there with you, as opposed to them watching something pre-recorded. And depending on the platform, whether it be Facebook or Instagram, those two specifically, I know that the algorithm for those are high. So let's say you have 5,000 followers on Facebook, or 5,000 people that follow your business page, and you start a live video. The algorithm for showing people that you're going live is probably going to be higher than you putting out a post on your page, something that's been pre-recorded, whether it be a video that's pre-recorded or just a text post or image post. So the algorithm is higher for live streams. Video ads and promotions. A lot of times you can turn those vlogs or commercials that you created about your product or service into an ad. And really, in my opinion, this is probably one of the most effective ways to really generate traction online over time. A lot of times you can utilize just posting and the free method of just sharing things. But over time, you're really going to have to put some money behind it to get the reach and extend on the base of the people that you're able to put a hand on or touch. And video ads and promotions can be one of the best ways for that. The great thing about that is that with platforms like Facebook and Instagram, you can set your own budget. You don't have to be confined to a number. You don't need $20,000 in order to get effective marketing online. You can do it for as little as $5 to $10 a day if you have a targeted audience and if you understand the habits and the interests of the groups that you're striving to target. And we can help with that. We really spend a lot of money on Facebook, so Facebook marketing is something that we specialize in. All right. But of all these types of videos, choose a type that you're most comfortable recording and what comes easiest to you. So I'm not going to say any of these are make or break. I'm not going to tell you that I'm not going to really guide you onto which one might work best for your business. A lot of times it's trial and error. But one thing that's really important with marketing your company, especially online, is consistency. So if you find that, let's say you have a tutorial, but if you can't create tutorials on a regular basis, and if they don't come easy for you to record, then you might want to consider something else. I personally, for my brand, do vlogs, and I do these short little videos that may take 2 to 3 minutes, and I use those as a way to promote my knowledge so that people can know me, start to like me, and trust what I'm saying over time, because I can do those easily and they come easy to me. I don't have to spend a lot of time and I'm comfortable doing them. And so that's the route that I've chosen for my particular business. Even though I do video for a living and I create and produce professional videos, I still use my phone and do a majority of my vlogs right from the comfort of my own home with my cell phone, with my iPhone basically. And then I soup it up and kind of make it look professional, and I give it a more professional framing and feel to it. But I still record my own vlogs from my phone, and they've been really effective for me. It's a great way for me to share insight and information. So like I said, I've chosen that type of video for my company because I'm comfortable doing them, and also they come easy to me. All right. So some people, just going through this, you might think, all right, all that sounds good, but how do I actually get started? And so I'm just going to sift through this list really quickly. It's not a super detailed list. It's just something for you to consider because it can be intimidating. If you're not in front of the camera all of the time, it can be uncomfortable. It can be hard to get started. And it can be even more difficult to continue and to be consistent. And I really want to barrel that message home. You need to be consistent. It is so hard to have an effect over time with patchy videos and patchy posts on your social media, with patchy phone calls, with things in and out when you're not doing it on a regular basis. It's just really hard to see the compound effect. So it really takes consistency. It doesn't have to be perfect. That's one of the things I tell people. If you have background sounds, if you're not if you don't have a DSLR professional camera, if you make mistakes when you speak, none of that stops you from providing value, which is really the most important thing. It's providing value. And so by providing this value, you are not limited or confined to a perfect little box. Your videos don't have to be perfect. In fact, you're probably going to make a lot of mistakes in the beginning, and there's no way to get better. There's no way to get good quality content without making mistakes over time. So it does not have to be perfect. Your phone is fine. Like I said, with today's technology, I have an iPhone 10. It has 4K. It's a really good quality. It's actually a better quality than the first professional camera that I ever purchased. So it's fine. You can use your phone. It's really not the problem with using a cell phone is not necessarily the video quality as much as it is the audio quality. So one thing that I will say is that if you do use your phone, make sure that if you're not using a lavalier or a little clip-on mic that that has a cord that goes directly to your phone, then make sure your phone is no further than arm's length distance from you in order to get quality audio. Plan what you're going to say, don't just freestyle. This is another thing. If you have the time, and even if you don't have the time, you need to make time. You don't want to just jump online and start talking. You don't want to just grab your phone, grab your camera, and just start talking. You really need to have a plan for what you're going to say, why you're saying it, and then what is your call to action after you've said what you're saying. So if ultimately you're trying to get people, we're going to go back to the tent maker. If you're trying to get people to come into the store, then you need to start the video and plan the video with the end in mind. That ultimately what you're going to be asking people to do is visit your store. So that's going to affect what you're saying. That's also going to affect where you are posting this video. But ultimately, you want to have a plan. Don't just go in freestyling. Have something written. It doesn't mean that you need to follow a script or read a script, but having a basic outline of what you're going to say is really important. Be consistent. I cannot stress this enough. You don't want to do a week's worth of posts and then take 2 weeks off. It is more important to be consistent than just about anything when dealing with online marketing, and especially with video. When you talk about social media, when you talk about social marketing and advertising, it is really important not just to be consistent with how often you are posting, but consistent in your message, to be saying similar things, to be on topic. It is really, really important to be consistent. Think of a call to action. You don't just want to create content and then never tell people what they need to do in order to learn more, or you don't want to not have a way where people can contact you or get directed or get direction from where they need to go to learn more about your product or service or how to work with you. You need to have a call to action. Ultimately, if you want people to do something, you're going to have to explicitly say it. Don't leave it to the imagination. That defeats the purpose. Now, that works with other things, but with business, you need to be direct. So think of a call to action and let it be clear what you want people to do. If you want people to call you, then give the number. If you want people directly to come into the store, give an address. If you want people to sign up for a training, give them the page where they need to go, but be specific. Let it reflect your business, your brand, or a goal you have. So ultimately, when you create videos, you want it to be reflective of your business. You want it to be reflective of your brand, and you want to have a goal for what you're doing and why you're doing it. For instance, this free training, it reflects my business. I often talk about video production. I often talk about why video is important. I often talk about how you can do it. This training reflects my brand. It has the image that I constantly use on my video blogs, my vlogs. It also has the font and the color that I use for my brand. It's reflective of what I do. And the goal is that you learn something, that you become inquisitive, that you start to research video, and that you want to find out more about how you can be using it. And guess what? If you need someone that can help you get better information or guide you, I'm right here because I'm walking you through this free training. So you know that I'm knowledgeable about the subject. You can go to my website and see the different videos that I've produced over time. You can go to my website and see the results that I've provided for my clients. And so I'm just walking you through this training to help be a guide, to be a trusted advocate of the medium. All right. Last, just get started and do it. You don't need to lose weight first. You don't need to get a haircut. You look fine. And the reason I bring that up is because that's one of the biggest things that I hear from clients that stops them from recording a video. They don't like how they look. They don't like how they sound. Get over it. People are not, it's not a fashion contest. You're providing value. You're striving to help people learn. So ultimately, you don't need to lose weight. Start where you're at. You don't need to get a haircut or change your hairstyle. That's an excuse. Don't lean on excuses. This is, like I said, I hear this one so much, and it is a reflection of how we think. Don't let your inner critic get the best of you, because when you're dealing with something that's of a visual nature, we can become so hypercritical of ourselves. And you don't want to get to a point where these small little negative thoughts hinder you from making a change, from making a difference in your business. Ultimately, marketing is so that you can see a return on your investment. So that after doing these videos, after doing these social media posts, you create a momentum where it starts to generate cash for your business. Don't let negative self-talk stop you from earning a living, because we can easily talk ourselves out of things that can be lucrative for ourselves. Don't let it happen. Video marketing is one of the most powerful content pieces for increasing brand awareness, acquiring qualified leads, boosting sales conversions. So ultimately, what are we talking about? We're talking about generating income for your business. That's at the bottom line of this. You want to see a return on your investment. You're putting this time into content marketing and creating posts on social media so that ultimately you can increase brand awareness. You can single out people who are your target market, creating qualified leads for yourself, interacting with people, talking, having real conversations, and then you're striving to boost sales and conversion. Now, there are so many different things, and I don't want to confuse sales with marketing, because just because just because you get people's attention don't mean they're automatically going to buy from you. However, you're putting yourself in a better position if you can qualify leads and then boost your sales. But it all starts with the proper marketing. And that starts really with just increasing awareness. Nobody can buy from you if they don't know who you are. No one can purchase a product from you unless they know the product that you're pushing. No one can patronize you for a service that you provide unless they know in detail what the service is. And that's your start. So what I'm striving to help you to understand is that if you need to let people know who you are, if you need to promote a product or a service that you provide, video is the best way if you're looking at doing it online. And you should be looking to do it online, because billions of people are searching and seeking and looking for something similar to what you're offering. So I hope that this video has been helpful, this free training. You can download more courses and classes from me. You can find them on my website. I'll give you a link. You can also stay in tune with me on social media. On all my social media platforms, I have links to my website and places and landing pages where you can go to find more from me. So stay tuned to what I do. Leave me a comment, a message. You can email me, call me, text me, DM me. I'm available, so you can hit me up in any type of way that you see fit or whatever you're comfortable. I try to respond as quickly as possible, and I hope that you found value in this. Ultimately, I want to be able to help people find their voice, amplify their voice, and share their voice. Once again, my name is Born Logic Allah. You can just call me Logic for short. Have a positive and productive day. Peace.